volumes of cylinders, cones, and spheres. So a cylinder is a can shape. It's three-dimensional. The top is a circle. The bottom is a circle. And a round is a rectangle. The formula for volume of a cylinder is pi r squared, because we start with the area of a circle. We fill in the bottom, which is a circle. Pi r squared. And we're going to multiply it by how tall it is. So in this example, pi is 3.14 times the radius is half of this, so it's 4 squared, times the height is 10. So what's the volume of this cylinder? What? 502.4? Yes? Units what?
No.
Cubed. Why?
Because it's volume.
Because it's volume. We have three dimensions that get multiplied. We have radius squared and height. R squared and H. That's 1 radius, 2 radii times height. That's 3 things we're multiplying. Grab a piece of paper and take notes. Cylinder. A cone is next. A cone is a 3D shape. Shaped like a what?
Ice cream.
Yeah, it's like an ice cream cone, yeah? Or a traffic cone, or a party hat. What is a cone made up of? What's the bottom of a cone? A circle. Which is the bottom or the top, depending on which way you have it facing, right? What else is it made up of? Not a triangle. It's rounded. It's like a triangle, but it's rounded.
Circle. No.
I don't know if that's true.
Semicircle.
Oh, it is.
So the bottom's a circle, right?
Yeah.
And the top is pointed, yes?
Yes.
If I was going to make that flat, it would look like this. But it's more, I guess, more semi-y, right? All right, so volume of this. What's the bottom? What's the base? A circle, so we still start with pi r squared. And it is like a it's like kind of like a triangle, right? So it's pi r squared times the height. But you guys, if you had a can and you cut away the sides, you could make a cone, correct? So we start with the volume of a can, of a cylinder, pi r squared times height. But this is less than it, right? Not in half. You're going to divide it by 3. And dividing by 3 is the same thing as what? Multiplying by what?
-3.
No.
1/3.
1/3. So sometimes you see times 1/3 or you see divided by 3. All right, so let's pretend this was 10, the height is 10, and the radius is 4. Can you find the volume? So pi, which is 3.14. What's the radius? 4 squared times, what's the height? 10 divided by 3. Because it's a cone. It takes up 1/3 of the space of a cylinder. 167.46 repeating. Units what? Cubed, because why? Because it's volume. And last but not least, sphere. What's a sphere?
A ball.
A ball. It's a 3D circle. And it is hard to tell what a sphere is made up of because it's rounded, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't really unpeel it.
All you could really do is
Just made of
cut it.
circles.
Yeah, it's made up of,
A ton of circles.
really, it's made up of these like weird
Like,
oblong shapes.
it's like if you were cutting an onion.
So,
An onion.
a sphere, and spheres are hard to draw 3D. Draw a circle. You draw kind of a belt that comes down, and then dot through the other side. So a sphere is still a circle, right? So what does it have to have, do you think?
Pi times r squared.
It has to have pi times r squared. I mean, that it's the basis. It's a circle. So it's pi r squared. But we're going to multiply by another r. Because look, pi r squared, then we multiplied by how tall it is, right? Pi r squared, and we multiplied by how tall it is. We're doing pi r squared because that gives us the middle. How tall is this circle? From the middle, from that circle, pi r squared, which is the exact middle, how tall is it on top, Maddie?
So, there's not really an exact height, but since the circle is basically the same all the way around,
Uh-huh.
your radius, what you got in the middle, is basically going to be
Yeah, the radius, because it's a circle, it's the same distance all the way around, right? If I moved it here, it'd be the same distance, and here it'd be the same distance, and here, right? The radius, no matter which way it points, is always the same. So I'm doing pi r squared times the radius. Is there a better way of writing pi r squared times the radius? How many radii are there? How many radii are here?
3.
How many radii are here? 2.
2.
How many radii are here?
1.
Making a total of
Pi times r cubed.
pi r cubed. However, you guys, that only finds the top part of my circle.
So pi r
Times it.
6.
No, pi. Would you
Pi r
square that?
6.
So here's the weird part. You have to do it times 4/3, and it's just bizarre. The reason is, and I'll show you if you really care, but the reason is because it's based off of a cube.
The quarters cut off.
So if you have a cube,
You make a circle. They all fit.
no. All right, so here's a cube, right? Okay. To find the volume of a cube, you do, let's do 8 times 8 times 8, right?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, is true?
Yes.
A sphere is a little bit bigger than a cube.
I thought it would fit inside it.
So a sphere is a little bit bigger than a cube. So we have to do a circle, right? Pi r squared times how tall it is, so another r. So that's pi r cubed. But since it's a little bit bigger, 4/3 is a little bit bigger than the value of 1, right?
Yes.
It's actually 1.3 repeating. So if I would just leave it pi r cubed, that doesn't give me my little bit bigger space, so I have to multiply it by 1.3, or 4/3. So there's the formula. You're going to need to have these written down just so that you can, reference them. But if the radius is 2, can you figure out the volume of that sphere?
Yeah.
Do it. Pi times, what's the radius? 2, but it's not 2 squared. It's 2 cubed. Because I have to find the area, so that's squared, but I also have to use that as my height, which is times 2. It's again, so it's pi r cubed times 4/3.
I got the answer.
Then write it down. Pi r cubed times 4/3. 33 point what? 493 repeating.
Yes.
Units what?
Unit cubes.
Cubed because it's volume.